Hello, it's Miss Cole here for another episode of This Is Not a Sentence. Once again, I want to remind everybody that I am not mocking these students or their work. I want to emphasize that these are assignments that were completed and turned in, which is always a great place to start. And additionally, everybody makes mistakes, and that's okay. So we're going to take a look at what the errors are and how we can make them better. So we start off with the student submission. If someone looked at my writing, they might think I live well and have the English language mastered. Irony aside, this sentence does several interesting things. First, and most complex, is the use of that as a subordinate conjunction. Now, I'm thinking, the word that isn't in the sentence. And the reason is that this is the one subordinate conjunction that can be implied. So we could phrase this as, and it's not necessary, if someone looked at my writing, they might think that I live well and that I have the English language mastered. The reason that this is important is when we look at and I have the English language mastered, we think, oh, that's going to be a compound sentence. There should be a comma before the and. The catch is, I have the English language mastered would be an independent clause if we didn't have that implied that there. Same thing for I live well. They might think that I live well. That I live well is a subordinate clause because of that implied subordinate conjunction. Additionally, this sentence begins with a dependent clause as well. If someone looked at my writing. When you begin a sentence with a subordinate clause, a dependent clause, there needs to be a comma before the independent clause. So there should be a comma after writing. Next, we get to the more minor errors. The word English in English is the name of the language and should always be capitalized. This is a little bit tricky, especially for non-native speakers, because in many other languages, the word for the language, Portuguese, Spanish, French do this. It's just a word and it's not capitalized as a proper noun. Now, on the other hand, the word think is pretty clearly not a name and not a title, and it's not at the beginning of the sentence. It shouldn't be capitalized. Finally, I want to point out some things that this sentence did that just make me breathe a sigh of relief. First of all, I as a personal pronoun is used twice in this sentence. Neither one of them is at the beginning of the sentence, and yet both of them got capitalized. Kudos to you, student. Finally, at the end of the sentence, where it's a statement, there's a period. Both of those errors are ones that students know how to do and often overlook or make errors with just because of carelessness. I'm glad that this student either has internalized that this is how you do these sentences or took the care to go back and at least fix those errors. Because remember, it could always be worse. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this was helpful. Bye for now.